I was looking like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past. So insecure by myself when I met ya.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some time-saving morning tips. These are great to implement if you have got to go to work, or if you have got kids that you have to drop off to school or daycare or go to college, anywhere where you have to leave the house by a certain time and you want your mornings to run smoother and more stress-free. The two main areas that I wanted to focus on with our morning routine was to improve school lunches and uniforms, or having outfits for every day of the work or school week. So if you would like to see the improvements that I have been implementing with great success to make our mornings run smoother and much more stress-free, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is grab yourself a bunch of these kind of little small containers so that you can meal prep all of your school lunches for the week, or at least a good part of the week. So I got mine from Kmart. I've used these, like different ones obviously, for a good 6 months now, and I'm really happy with them. They're super cheap. I think these are $2, $3, like $2 for 4, $3 for 3. And I think this is either $2 or $3 for a larger size one as well. I also like this little size, which I get from Daiso. I think these are $2.80 for 4. And these are great for like little crackers or biscuits or something that you just want a really small amount of. But these ones are great for sandwiches, fruit, all those kind of things that you typically will put in your school lunch boxes. So we'll get these washed up and then we're ready to start meal prepping lunches for the week. Come out and save me. I'm a mess, need to untangle, and I'm a fool. I always get a ton of questions about my Strucket bucket whenever I share it. It is a strainer and a bucket combined into one. It's an Australian invention. You can get them in America, you can get them in Australia. I'm pretty sure they ship worldwide. They are really, really good. I think they had them at Aldi for a while too. If you are interested in picking one up, I would highly recommend them.
You were making me so sure in a heartbeat. All of my doubts disappearing at last. You made me fall without saying a sentence.
Now, I am going to be the first to say that there is nothing groundbreaking in this video of tips. It is simply about going through your morning routine, identifying the areas for improvement, processes that can be streamlined. And for us, it was about just really identifying things that can be done beforehand and just having the discipline to get them done. So on a Sunday afternoon or evening, sometimes even on a Sunday morning, I will go through and make sure that these things are done. As for the uniforms, I usually do those on the Friday afternoon or Saturday morning so that they are all out of the way, taken care of. But as you see, there's nothing like super revolutionary. Like I said, it's just about having the discipline to do the things that you know need to get done beforehand so that you are not like starting on the back foot and just struggling and playing catch up in the mornings with a list that is a million miles long of all these little things that individually you think, oh, it's okay, I can make the lunches on the morning. Oh, it's okay, I can find something to wear in the morning. When all those things add up, that is what makes you late. That is what makes you get stressed out. So just taking the time once or twice a week to bulk prep lunches, to just set aside half an hour to go through and make sure that everyone who is in the house has a planned outfit to wear for each day of the week. It makes the hugest difference, trust me.
Waking up in my bed.
Oftentimes when I share any kind of meal prepping or food prepping on my channel, I always get asked how the produce lasts. It is all about choosing produce that will last for as long as you're intending to use it up. I guess it's just about having a bit of common sense. Obviously, the watermelon that's shown in these clips doesn't last as long as, say, grapes or strawberries. So typically, I will put the watermelon at the front of the fridge for the kids to take for their lunch boxes. Again, with things like food prepping sandwiches and things, if you just use regular bread, by the end of the week it might start to get a bit stale. So maybe you could do it twice, like on a Sunday and maybe on a Wednesday, for example. I tend to use these brioche style bread buns, which you can pick up again from Aldi or most supermarkets. You can even find the brioche hot dog buns or burger buns. Because they have a slightly higher fat content, they do last much better if you make them up like in bulk at the start of the week. Typically I will make them on Sunday evening or Sunday sometime through the day for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then either on Wednesday night we can make up another batch, or on Thursdays the boys will have something like in their thermos for going to school. Friday Riley can have canteen, which is like tuck shop, or something very, very simple, and Jake goes to his work on Friday. Often as he works in a restaurant, they will make something for the people who are on shift to eat. And now on Sundays, Riley has taken to baking, which is great because he makes things like these little muffins that we just pop in the air fryer. Super simple, super easy, and these are great to have either as a breakfast option or also to include in lunch boxes throughout the week.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thinker, but I'm just a singer, all messy and pretty, just making believe. Boy, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down to obscurity. Don't let me ever be this alone. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling.
Again, as I mentioned before, it is simply about knowing what needs to be done and doing it. So that includes restocking the pantry with enough things for lunch boxes, which was one of the pain points that I identified in our morning routine, and just taking that time to make sure that there is plenty of lunchbox snacks and options for the entire week. Now, I know without a doubt there are going to be people who are watching who are saying that is way too much washing up with all those little containers, but it is honestly something that you can just never please everyone with. If I showed all pre-packaged lunchbox snacks, people would complain that there is too much packaging, there's too much plastic. If I show everything in small containers, people will say that is way too much work, too much washing up. There's no pleasing everyone, so just do what suits you and do what works for your family and your morning routine. For us, it works a balance of pre-packaged and also containers that I can fill up with fruit and snacks. Just do what works for you. Now, there are definitely more areas than just making school lunches or lunch boxes and just making sure that you have enough uniforms or outfits to wear for the week. There are a ton of other tips that you can implement to improve your morning routine. For us, something that we decided to stop doing was to stop screen time completely in the morning. That includes TV, that includes mobile phones, iPads, any screens. That is such a huge distraction in the mornings. So the kids and even myself are not allowed on screens before we are 100% ready, excluding shoes. So you have to be completely ready, have had your breakfast, be ready in your uniform, your hair brushed, your teeth done, your bag packed with your lunchbox, your water bottle, absolutely everything. Go through your little morning checklist and make sure you are 100% completely ready before you can turn on the TV to watch anything in the morning or pick up your phone or scroll on screens. The screens are just such a huge distraction. By cutting those out in the morning, that has reduced stress levels in the morning in this household by about 50%. So try that definitely if you're struggling in the mornings. Removing distractions is a huge, huge way to improve your morning routines. Now, another little tip that I have for you is to make sure you have a backup supply of milk. One thing that I noticed we were constantly doing through the week is running out of milk. I just asked my kids if they minded the taste of long life milk. They were fine with it. So I now always make sure that I have on hand throughout the week a good stock or back supply of backup milks. And even just this one little tip, it has saved the stress levels in the morning, because now there is no more, "Mum, we've got no milk for cereal," or "I don't have milk to make a coffee." So that is one little thing that you can do that can definitely improve your morning routines. Another super simple tip is to have a couple of breakfast options that kids can take care of themselves, like these little toasted sandwiches that I pre-make and just pop in the fridge. A super simple, quick, easy option that the kids can handle themselves. Now to my absolute least favorite part of the morning routine, and that is to make sure that the kids have all their school uniforms sorted for the week. So to eliminate all of that stress, just once a week I set up his uniform station so he has absolutely everything. There is no thought, there is no planning, there is no way that this can go wrong. This is a fail safe, nothing can go wrong with this. You get a uniform or an outfit for every single day and you put it in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Anything that needs to go with that day, like library bag or swimming bag, it is all set up, including socks, including undies, in that little pocket. This is a $20 thing from IKEA that has been worth 10 times what I paid for it in reducing the morning stress levels. 100% recommend. If you have got kids who struggle with getting themselves organized in the morning, try this. It is a game changer.
Any warning? I've been thinking about you day and night and day and night. To be honest, I just don't know what to do next. 'Cause I'm the one with the
My next tip is something that I'm looking forward to implementing tomorrow for the first time, and it involves someone who has been missing from this channel lately. Little Freddy Bear, he has not been in many videos lately, and everyone has been commenting, "Where's Freddy? Is he okay?" Yes, he's okay. And one thing that is holding up my morning routine, honestly, is when I make a coffee in the morning, I take it into the living room and sit down, and I always forget to bring Freddy a treat. So I have got his big treat jar in the kitchen, but then I have also made up a little treat jar that I'm going to be popping in the living room, which is right where I have my coffee and right where it is super handy for me to be able to fill up Freddy's little morning treat wheel, as we call it. It's his little IQ activity station that we picked up very cheaply for a Christmas present for him from Kmart. I think it was like $5 or something. No, it was about $12. That's beside the point. This is something that I do every morning, but I always forget to get the treats to put in his treat wheel. So I always have to go back into the kitchen after I've got my coffee and settled down. I see Freddy, I'm like, "Oh, I forgot your treats again, little one." So now there is no excuse. The treats are right where I sit and have my coffee. You're in a cute little canister, so it doesn't look offensive. It's not like there's an ugly plastic container sitting in the middle of the coffee table, but it just means that I don't have to get up, go back into the kitchen, and get a bunch of treats for this little munchkin. Freddy, sit. Freddy, sit. Freddy, wait. Leave it. Leave it. Okay. Okay, yes. Good boy. Last tip that I have to share with you is something that I've shared many times before in my morning routine videos, and that is just to have a little checklist of like a before you walk out the door, the last thing you do is just go through a little checklist. I've popped mine onto Notion, which I can share. You can tick it off on your mobile phone or on an iPad, and it is a great way to get kids to get sorted themselves. So guys, that about wraps it up for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and listening to my time-saving morning routine tips. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hang out and watch a few more videos. I will leave some that I think you'll enjoy in the description box. Have a fabulous weekend, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.